Welcome children. Continuation of exercise 9.2 arithmetic progression. So ninth one, the sum of n terms of two APs are in the ratio 5n plus 4 is to 9n plus 6. Find the ratio of the 18th term. So the sum of the n terms of two APs. So we can take A1 and A2 and D1 and D2, which are the first term and common difference of first and second AP respectively. Then we have to find the ratio of the 18th term. So 18th term A18, which is A1 plus 17 into D1. So using the formula A plus n minus 1 into D. So we are taking the first AP as A1 plus n minus 1 into D1. So it is A1 plus 17 D1. And the second AP are A2 plus 17 D2. So sum of the n terms of first AP by sum of n terms of second AP, which is equal to 5n plus 4 by 9n plus 6. The ratio are given. So n by 2, 2a1 plus n minus 1 into d1, which are the first AP, and the second AP is n by 2, 2a2 plus n minus 1 into d2, which is equal to 5n plus 4 by 9n plus 6. So cancelling n by 2, we get 2a1 plus n minus 1 into d1 whole by 2a2 plus n minus 1 into d2, which is equal to 5n plus 4 by 9n plus 6. Substituting n equal to 35 here. So 2 into a1 plus 35 minus 1 is 34 d1 whole by 2a2 plus 34 d2, which is equal to 5 into 35 plus 4 whole by 9 into 35 plus 6, which is equal to 175 plus 4, 179, 315 plus 6, which is 321. Here taking 2 common, so 2 into a1 plus 17 d1 whole by 2 into a2 plus 17 d2, cancelling 2, which is equal to 179 by 321. So this is the 18th term of the first AP, and this one is 18th term of the second AP. So the ratio of 18 terms of both APs are 179 is to 321. So ratio between 18th term of first AP and second AP is 179 is to 321. Tenth one, if the sum of first P terms of an AP is equal to the sum of the first Q terms, then find the sum of the first P plus Q terms. So sum of the first n terms is Sn equal to n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So using that formula, a is the first term and d is the common difference. So sum of the first P terms, which is equal to sum of the first Q terms, that is SP equal to SQ. So using the formula 2a plus n minus 1 into d, n by 2. So SP is, in the place of n we have to write P. So P by 2 into 2a plus P minus 1 into d, which is equal to Q by 2, 2a plus Q minus 1 into d. So cancelling 2. Then simplifying this, 2a into P, 2ap plus P into d of P minus 1, which is equal to 2aq plus Q into d of Q minus 1. Then 2a, taking 2a common, so 2ap minus 2aq. So 2a of P minus Q plus d into P into P minus 1 and minus of Q into D, Q minus 1. So already taken D common, so Q into Q minus 1. So 2a into p minus q plus d into, multiplying this, p square minus p minus q square plus q. So p square minus q square is p minus q into p plus q using the identity. So 2a of p minus q plus d into p square minus q square is p minus q into p plus q minus of p minus q. So taking minus out, so p minus into minus plus q. So 2a of p minus q plus d into, taking p minus q common, so p plus q minus 1, which is equal to 0. Then we have to find d. Then we have to find sum of p plus q terms and substituting d value in s of p plus q. So taking p minus q common, 2a plus d into p plus q minus 1, which is equal to 0. So 2a plus d into p plus q minus 1, which is equal to 0. So d equal to minus 2a whole by p plus q minus 1. Now we have to find s of p plus q terms. S p plus q, which is equal to p plus q by 2 into 2a plus p plus q minus 1 into d. So p plus q by 2 into 2a plus p plus q minus 1, substituting the value of d, so minus 2a by p plus q minus 1, so cancelling this, and 2a minus 2a is 0, so 0 into p plus q by 2, which is 0. So s of p plus q, which is equal to 0. The sum of first p plus q terms equal to 0. Twelfth question. The ratio of the sums of m and n terms of an AP is m square is to n square. Show that the ratio of mth and nth term is 2m minus 1 is to 2n minus 1. So a is the first term and d is the common difference of an AP. Sum of m terms by sum of n terms, which is equal to m square by n square, it's given. Then using the formula m by 2 2a plus m minus 1 into d whole by n by 2 2a plus n minus 1 into d, which is equal to m square by n square. So cancelling 2 and cancelling 1m and 1n, we have 2a plus m minus 1 into d by 2a plus n minus 1 into d, which is equal to m by n1. Putting m equal to 2m minus 1 and n equal to 2n minus 1. In this equation, let's take this as 1. So in first equation, we get 2a plus, putting m as 2m minus 1. So 2m minus 1 minus 1. So 2m minus 2. So 2a plus 2m minus 2 into d whole by 2a plus 2n minus 2 into d, which is equal to 2m minus 1 by 2n minus 1. So taking 2 common, 2 into a plus m minus 1 into d whole by 2 into a plus n minus 1 into d, cancelling 2, we have 2m minus 1 by 2n minus 1. So mth term of an AP, mth term of an AP is am. So a plus m minus 1 into d, and nth term of an AP is an equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. So which is nothing but a plus m minus 1 into d is am, which is the mth term of an AP, and A plus n minus 1 into D is AN, which is nth term of an AP. So mth term of an AP by nth term of an AP is 2m minus 1 by 2n minus 1. Hence the given result is proved. 13th one. If the sum of n terms of an AP is 3n square plus 5n and its mth term is 164, find the value of m. So mth term is 164. So am is a plus m minus 1 into d, which is equal to 164. Sum of n terms of an AP is 3n square plus 5n. So Sn, which is sum of the n terms of an AP, which is equal to n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d, which is equal to 3n square plus 5n. So multiplying this, n by 2 into 2a, cancelling 2 and 2, we get na plus n into d by 2, n into d into n by 2. So n square d by 2 minus n into d into 1 by 2. So nd by 2, which is equal to 3n square plus 5n. So n square into d by 2 plus n is common here. So taking n common, we have a minus d by 2, which is equal to 3n square plus 5n. So comparing the coefficient of n squares on both the sides. Here we have the coefficient of n square is 3. Here the coefficient of n square is d by 2. So d by 2 is 3. Otherwise we can say d equal to 6. Now we have to find a. So comparing the coefficient of n. Here the coefficient of n is 5. And the coefficient of n is a minus d by 2. A minus d by 2. Which is equal to a minus d is 6. So 6 by 2 is 3. Which is equal to 5. Then a is 8. So a is 8 and d is 6. Now we have to find the value of m. Substituting in am. The mth term is given as 164. So am equal to a plus m minus 1 into d, which is equal to 164. Substituting here. So am equal to a plus m minus 1 into d, which is equal to 164. Here a is 8 and d is 6, which is equal to 164. So simplifying this, so m minus 1 into 6, which is equal to 164 minus 8, which is 156, and m minus 1 equal to 156 by 6, which is 26. So m equal to 26 plus 1, which is 27. So the value of m is 27. 14th question. Insert 5 numbers between 8 and 26 such that the resulting sequence is an AP. Let's assume that A1, A2, A3, A4, A5 are the 5 numbers between 8 and 26. So we can write this AP as 8, A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, 26. Here the first term A is 8 and the last term AN is 26. So AN equal to A plus N minus 1 into D. So we have totally 7 terms. So N equal to 7. So substituting here, L is 26. So 26 equal to A is 8 plus N minus 1. 7 minus 1 is 6. So 6 into D. So 26 equal to 8 plus 6 into D. So 6D equal to 26 minus 8, which is 18. So D equal to 3. Now we have to find these 5 numbers which are inserted in between 8 and 26. So AP thus formed is 8, A plus D, A plus 2D, A plus 3D, A plus 4D, A plus 5D and 26. So A1 is A plus D, 8 plus 3 which is 11. Then A2 is A plus 2D. So A is 8 and D is 3. 3 into 2 6, 6 plus 8 14. Then A3 is A plus 3D. That is 8 plus 9 which is 17. And A4 is A plus 4D. A is 8 and D is 3. 4 into 3 12. 12 plus 8 20. And A5 is A plus 5D which is 8 plus 5 into 3 15 which is 23. Therefore 11, 14, 17, 20, 23 are the required 5 numbers which are inserted between 8 and 26. 15th question. If A power n plus B power n whole by A power n minus 1 plus B power n minus 1 is a AM between A and B, then find the value of n. The arithmetic mean between A and B is given by A plus B by 2. So let's see what is arithmetic mean. Given two numbers A and B, we can insert a number capital A between them so that AB is an AP. Such a number A is called the arithmetic mean of the numbers A and B. We have the difference between these two, A minus A, which is equal to B minus A. So finding the common difference, A minus A, which is equal to B minus A. So that is A equal to A plus B. So 2A equal to A plus B. So that A equal to A plus B by 2. Where A is called the arithmetic mean between two numbers. So AM equal to A plus B by 2. For example, the arithmetic mean of two numbers 4 and 16 is 10. Then 4, 10, 16 is an AP. We can insert 10 in between 4 and 16. So arithmetic between two numbers, that is A plus B by 2. 4 plus 16 by 2, which is 20 by 2, which is 10. So we can say that 4, 10, 16, which is an AP. So A power n plus B power n whole by A power n minus 1 plus B power n minus 1, which is AM between A and B. So A plus B by 2, which is equal to A power n plus B power n whole by A power n minus 1 plus B power n minus 1. So cross multiplying this, A plus B of A power n minus 1 plus B power n minus 1, which is equal to 2 into A power n plus 2 into B power n. So simplifying this, so multiplying A into A power n minus 1, so this is A power 1 and A power n minus 1, 1 will get cancelled, so A power n plus A power n minus 1 into B plus A B power n minus 1 plus B into B power n minus 1, which is B power n, which is equal to 2 into A power n plus 2 into B power n. So A power n minus 1 into B plus A B power n minus 1, which is equal to, so transposing this, 2A power n minus A power n, which is A power n, plus 2B power n minus B power n, which is B power n. So AB whole power n minus 1 minus B power n, which is equal to A power n, taking this to the right hand side, minus A power n minus 1 into B. So taking B power n minus 1 common, so A minus B. So B into B power n minus 1 is B power n, which is equal to, here taking A power n minus 1 common, we have A minus B. So B power n minus 1, which is equal to A power n minus 1. Cancelling A minus B. So dividing B power n minus 1 throughout this, so that we get A power n minus 1 by whole power B power n minus 1, which is equal to 1. So A by B whole power n minus 1, which is equal to 1, which is A by B whole power n minus 1. Anything to the power 0 is 1. So I am taking this 1 as A by B whole power 0. Here I am getting the same constants a by b on left and right hand side. So equating the powers of a by b. So n minus 1 equal to 0. So n equal to 1. Thus the value of n is 1. 17th question. A man starts repaying a loan as first installment of rupees 100. Increases the installment of rupees 5 every month. What amount he will pay in the 30th installment? So given that the first installment of the loan is rupees 100 and the second installment is rupees 105. So the installment increases by rupees 5 every month. So the first installment is 100. Every month it increases by 5. Then 105 plus 5. Then 110 plus 5, etc. So AP is 100, 105, 110, 115, etc. Thus the amount that the man repays every month forms an AP. First term is 100 and the difference is 5. We have to find the 30th installment, that is 30th term. So L is 30. So A30, which is equal to A plus 30 minus 1 into D, that is 29 into D. So the formula is to form AN equal to A plus N minus 1 into D. Here N is 30. So A30 is A plus 29 into D. So A is 100 and D is 5. So 100 plus 145, which is equal to 245. So 30th installment is rupees 245. Therefore, the amount to be paid in the 30th installment will be rupees 245. 18th one. The difference between any two consecutive interior angles of a polygon is 5 degree. If the smallest angle is 120, then find the number of sides of the polygon. It's understood from the question that the angles of the polygon will form an AP with common difference D equal to 5 degree and the first term A is 120 degree. We know that the sum of all the angles of a polygon with n sides is 180 degree into n minus 2. You can say that Sn equal to 180 degree into n minus 2. Sn, using the formula n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d, which is equal to 180 into n minus 2. So taking this 2 here, we get n into 2a plus n minus 1 into d, which is equal to 360 into n minus 2. Substituting the value of a and d, a is 120 and d is 5. So n into 2 into a, 2 into 120 is 240 plus n minus 1 into 5, which is equal to 360 into n minus 2. So simplifying this, 240n plus 5n square minus 5 into 1 is 5, 5 into n minus 5n, which minus 360n plus 720, which is equal to 0. So 5n square minus 360n minus 5, so minus 365 plus 240n, which is 125n plus 720 equal to 0. So dividing by 5 throughout the equation, we get n square minus 25n plus 144, which is equal to 0. So factorizing this, so product is 144, 16 into 9 is 144, so minus 16 and minus 9. So when we add, we get 25 minus 25. When we multiply, we get the product 144. So n minus 16 and n minus 9 equal to 0. So n equal to 9 and 16. are the possible sides of a polygon. Thus, a polygon having 9 and 16 sides will satisfy the conditions in the question.